Rainbows Are Circles, Episode 12. Today we're going to be talking about the coronavirus from nature's perspective. And we'll also be discussing how this time of the quarantine, of this shelter in place, can be used as a really powerful time period to reflect on who we are and who we want to be. So that when we come out of this quarantine, we can be moving and acting and living in such a way that feels really fulfilling and in line with our hearts. We'll finish with a guided meditation to help you ground and connect with all beings that we share this beautiful planet with. Welcome to Rainbows Are Circles, a podcast exploring human potential and everyday wonder. What possibilities open up for us when we explore life with optimism, curiosity, and an open mind? Join me, Julie Malari, as we wake up to wonder and speak with inspirational guests on the topics of personal development, alternative health, and even magical, mystical, yet often misunderstood practices. Are you ready? Hi everybody, and welcome back to Rainbows Are Circles. This is Julie Malari, your host. Thanks for joining me today. I know it's been a few weeks since I've last released an episode, and there's just been a lot going on with the coronavirus outbreak, with uncertainty in my job, and so I've kind of taken a moment to step back and reevaluate where I want to be putting my time and my energy, and kind of letting the dust settle a little bit before I really jump into creating more of these episodes. Today's episode is going to be a little bit different because I'm not interviewing anyone today. I'm just going to be speaking to you directly and just talking about all the things that are happening in the world right now. I've had a lot of uncertainty in terms of my job. I'm a flight attendant, I'm a yoga teacher, and all of that has been put on hold for right now, at least in the way that it has been. So I'm pretty much off for the rest of April. I just flew one trip to Japan, and with all the flights being cut, I was actually in jeopardy of losing my job. And thankfully, I haven't lost my job. My hours have been cut. And but I'm still really grateful that I have my job, I have my benefits. And in terms of yoga, things are being put on hold right now. I'm not going into the studio anymore, but I have had a goal for a long time of creating yoga videos. And so I think, up until now, I've always just kept putting it off. I didn't have the time for it, blah, blah, blah. There was always a good excuse. And in the last couple weeks, I've had the opportunity and I've had this gift of time to really sit down and create some things that I've been wanting to create for a long time. And so I made 3 little mini yoga videos. They're about 10 to 15 minutes each. And it was really fun. It was challenging in certain ways, but it was also really rewarding in other ways. And I created a yoga video for shoulder and neck pain, another video for just kind of moving and bringing some flexibility to the spine. And then another video, which was for a friend who requested this, a video on a mudra to help with anxiety. So if you're interested in checking out any of those, you can find them on YouTube or just on my website, rainbowsarecircles.com. And the YouTube channel is Rainbows Are Circles. So for this episode, I just wanted to talk about everything that's been happening in the world, because it is a very uncertain time right now. There's a lot of fear, there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of change on the horizon. And this can be really difficult and really painful for people. People are losing their jobs, people are getting sick, people are losing loved ones. And my heart goes out to everyone who is suffering or who is worried or who is in fear. And I just invite you to, if you're feeling that, just take a deep breath and just feel yourself grounding, feel yourself settling, and just allow, those emotions to come up. We don't have to stop them. We don't have to try to control them. Sometimes the best thing to do when we're feeling an intense emotion is just to let ourselves feel it. Emotions have energy and they need to move through us. If we try to stop them, we kind of bottle them up, and then this energy builds up over time. And if we keep doing this, we can end up being just really tense and tight with all this built up energy and kind of on edge all the time and stressed out because we're not allowing that energy and those emotions to move through us. So if you are feeling a lot right now, just let yourself feel that. It's important not to just get stuck in it for like hours and hours and days, because that can be unhealthy and that can keep us feeling depressed and stuck and sad. And if that goes on for too long, that can be really unhealthy for us. But to just allow yourself to feel them for a little while, to sit with them, let them kind of move through us, and it's going to ebb and flow. So I just encourage you to allow space for that emotion to come and go. This episode is just to offer you another perspective and hopefully just allow us to see things in a new light and find some understanding and maybe even a little bit of peace around what's happening right now. So most of us have been seeing the coronavirus outbreak from our human perspective, which is natural because we're human beings. How this virus is making humans sick, how humans are dying, how humans are losing their jobs, how humans are having to stay indoors and not go out. And from a human perspective, it's hard. There's a lot of suffering. There's a lot of challenge that we're all moving through. But what if we try to see this not just from our own human perspective, but from the planet's perspective, from Mother Nature's perspective, from a more universal and expanded perspective? If we were to do that, we might actually see that this outbreak in some way it is exactly what we need right now to bring our world back into balance. So yes, from a human perspective, things are really hard right now. However, from the planet's perspective, from nature's perspective, things are actually going really well right now because with this sort of lockdown that's happening, with humans sort of being grounded and having to stay indoors and not be out and about, the world, nature, our plants, our animals, the air, it's all sort of getting cleansed and refreshed right now because human beings have been on the top of the food chain for a really long time. And unfortunately, we haven't always been making decisions that are in the best interest of anyone or anything but ourselves. We've been really polluting our environment at an alarming rate. We're cutting down so many forests. We're overfishing. We're polluting the air. Things are really hard for nature right now. And I think we've been doing this all at a pace in which nature is not actually able to replenish itself. We're kind of slowly killing, or maybe quickly, killing our Earth. And, we've had global warming, which I think was a warning sign to us with these really extreme temperatures, with these big fluctuations in the weather, with the ice caps melting. All of these things are signs that nature isn't able to keep up with the demands that we've been putting on it, with the ways that we've been harming it and not taking care of it. And now with the coronavirus, we've all been sort of forced indoors. We've been forced to just stop and slow down. And in so doing, we're not able to be out there harming the world, polluting the environment, doing what we have been doing. And so this time is like an opportunity for nature to just have a little break and replenish, and our airs are getting cleaner. Our air is getting cleaner. Our rivers and our oceans, the water is getting cleaner. The land is able to have a break and sort of replenish and grow. And this is all a really wonderful thing. And I think that when we come out of this quarantine, we will have the choice to keep doing what we're doing and to go back to our old ways, or we'll have the opportunity to make change. And I think this time of quarantine is an opportunity for us a really powerful opportunity for us to stop, slow down, reflect on who we are, what we're doing in this world, what we're contributing or not contributing, how we're giving to each other, to the world, to the environment, or how we're only just taking. And, ask ourselves, well, who do we want to be when we come out of this? How do I want to act? How do I want to give back? How do I want to take care of the environment and my fellow human beings and myself? Am I doing things that are in line with my heart, that feel right to me, that feel like I'm fulfilling whatever purpose I came here to fulfill? Now, I know those are kind of big things to think about, like my purpose. I don't even know what that is. A lot of us don't know what that is. And it takes time and reflection and slowing down to discover and to figure out what that is. And it takes a while. And some people know it from a very early age, and some people never find out, and sometimes it changes and it ebbs and flows, and that's okay. I think as long as we are acting and behaving in such a way that feels good to us, that feels in line with our hearts and who we are and who we want to be, that's the most important thing. So one thing that I'm doing during this quarantine is just trying to reconnect with things that just feel good to me and that make me happy. And before this quarantine, a lot of my time, a lot of my days, I was really focused on just being very productive and trying to get certain things done every single day and have something to show at the end of each day. And not that there's anything wrong with that. I just think that when we're doing that so much that we're not even enjoying what we're doing anymore, that's when it can be really dangerous. And so now that I have all this downtime, I'm not flying very much, I have this opportunity to just slow down and connect with things that just feel good to me, that just feel right to me, that I enjoy. I can take care of myself better. I've been journaling more. I've been reading more. I've been putting less pressure on myself to get things done. And I'm really just trying to be and work and act in such a way that feels really beautiful and in line with who I am and who I want to be. So the reason I created this episode was just to share some of those thoughts with you. And if you are feeling, what am I going to do for a whole month of being sheltered in place? If you're not sure what to be doing with that time, just find things that you want to do. Not just because it's productive and because you want to get things done, but just every day, just think of, what would be really enjoyable for me today? And maybe that's going on a long walk for an hour. Maybe that's cooking. Maybe that's tending to your garden. Maybe that's playing with your dog or your kid. Maybe it's playing an instrument. Maybe, whatever makes you happy. Just allow yourself to slow down and really take your time doing those things. And this is a really beautiful opportunity for us to just slow down and connect with those things that truly feel good to us, that truly make us happy. And when we come out of this quarantine, I think that we'll feel so much more filled and happy and satisfied and connected to ourselves and to what gives our lives meaning and purpose and enjoyment. Before we wrap up, I wanted to leave you with a meditation that I hope will help if you are feeling anxious, scared, worried. It's all very natural, and I created this sort of grounding meditation to help with some of those emotions so that we can feel them and we can honor them, and we can also not be stuck and paralyzed by them. So this is a meditation to help you to relax, to get in touch and in tune with yourself, to ground and to connect not just to your own self, but to other beings, to our planet, to all beings here on this beautiful earth that we share. Sit comfortably and take a deep breath in. And exhale out. And take another deep breath in, filling yourself up with air, with oxygen. And exhale out. And just do this a few times on your own. With each exhale, feeling a sense of release, of relaxation. With each inhale, sitting tall. With each exhale, feeling yourself fully rooted down into whatever you're sitting on, feeling your feet firmly planted on the floor. And allowing your eyes to softly close. And from here, just feeling your body. Notice what you feel inside. Feel your breath and how your body moves with each breath. Feel your body breathing itself. Place your left hand over your heart, right hand on the lower belly, and just feel your physical body here. Feel your presence in the room. Feel your place on this earth. And just see yourself sitting here in the room that you're in. Almost like you're floating out of yourself and just seeing yourself here. And then just see yourself rising up above the room, the building that you're in. So you're floating above not just your house or the building you're in, but the entire city that you're in. And just see all of the other people moving about their days. And keep rising up and just see the whole country that you're in and all the people inhabiting the same country, moving about their day, having their human experience. And see not just the people, but also all the trees, the grass, the flowers and the plants that live here and that share this land with you. See all the insects in the soil, all the birds in the trees, all the animals in the forest, And rise up a little bit higher and see not just your country, but see the entire earth. And just sense all of the people on this earth moving about their day, doing their best, having their own human experience, trying to be happy. And then see not just the people, but all the other plants, all the animals, all the creatures that inhabit this earth with us. The birds flying, the fish swimming, insects crawling in the ground, the animals and the plants in the desert, in the forests, in the jungles, in the oceans and seas and rivers. All the other beautiful creatures that share this world with us. And consider for a moment what it's like to be them. Consider for a moment the environments that they live in. And consider for a moment the way they are being affected by the coronavirus outbreak. We human beings might be suffering, but the earth, the plants, and the animals are flourishing, are benefiting from this time that human beings are going into a little bit of hibernation. Consider for a moment that the earth is replenishing and balancing itself out, is trying to establish equilibrium, because it could not continue on the path that it's been on. The behavior of humans destroying the environment. See the whole world as one, not just humans on the earth, but humans, plants, animals, land, water, air, all of it as one beautiful, huge organism, finding balance and doing its best to thrive and flourish. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, start to float your awareness back down to the country that you're in, to the city that you're in, to the body that you inhabit. And feel yourself present and grounded and in your body. Any sensations that you feel, the body breathing itself. Feel a sense of calm and groundedness within you, and a sense of connection to all other beings here on earth. Take a deep breath in and exhale out. And when you feel ready, gently open your eyes. Thank you for practicing this visualization with me. I hope that it helped you to find more calm and centeredness in your body and in your experience. And I hope it helps to establish a connection and respect for all other beings and for this beautiful earth that we live on. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode. Next week, we will be speaking with Casey Zabala, who is a witch and who's going to be talking to us about what it means to be a witch, how to cast a spell, and how spells are actually really similar to some of these modern manifestation techniques that a lot of people are using today. For example, The Secret, the Law of Attraction. It's a fascinating episode. She is also the author and creator of the Wanderer's Tarot deck. And I'm creating a special mini episode all about the tarot cards and intuition with Casey Zabala, which will be available for my patrons on the Rainbows Are Circles Patreon page. I release content exclusive for my patrons. And if you're interested in becoming a patron, you can simply visit patreon.com/rainbowsarecircles. And Patreon is spelled Patreon. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you again. Have a magical day. Bam, 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 bam. Wow, 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 wow. Rainbows are circles.